Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on Stamp It Like It's Hot for July. This month's prompt is stamp a border. And I also want to talk about one of the videos I did in the month of June. I used my Cocoa Vanilla No Limits collection, and I mentioned that I love it for boys, but then I mentioned that I also love it for girls, because why not? Girls and stars and blue. Blue is my favorite color. So I pulled these photos of my granddaughter. She is 3, I think, in these photos, and she's wearing a black jacket with little star outlines all over it. That's not going in there. I don't know what that's doing there. But I pulled all Cocoa Vanilla stuff except for the Doodlebug shaped sprinkles and the stars, because I've used almost all of these puffy stars off of the Cocoa Vanilla set, and I pulled the wooden buttons, and mostly I pulled a lot of paper. But I did pull these very, very old doodled stars that I got. I have no idea where they came from. This was before I started labeling my stamp sets with the manufacturer, and I'm not sure. Part of me wants to say these might be fancy pants, but I'm absolutely unsure. So I pulled a lot of the papers from the 6x8 paper pad, some of the more solid ones, and there's some scraps in here too, as you can see, and some of the die cuts, and I pulled a title, but mostly just scraps and some of the solid 6x8 colors. And then I pulled a scrap of the stripe from the 6x8, and I pulled this blue piece as well. And I pulled this black star background. And I was supposed to pull the wood grain piece, but I see I forgot it, so I'll have to pull it out in a minute. And I also pulled the Legendary cardstock stickers and the No Limits cardstock stickers, because I think I will probably use from both. So I'm going to shut this video off. I'm going to make some stamping, do some stamping, and I'm going to fussy cut the stars, and then I will be right back. So I went ahead and I decided to do a little bit of the stamping and fussy cutting on camera for you, just so that you can see I actually really did stamp these stars. And I'm super glad that I had this in a time lapse, because wow, I'm a terrible stamper. That is why I joined this yearly hop, was so that I could get better with stamping, or at the very least just use some of these stamps that I have in my stash. So I'm also fussy cutting them, and I only do one sheet on camera for you. The rest of them were fussy cut off camera. Plus, my best friend is still here from Idaho, and she fussy cut one so that I could get this layout done and uploaded really quick. So pretty much this layout goes together super fast. I took the wood grain sheet and I cut it 8.5 by 11, and you can see that I got a piece of the black out. It's because I didn't have enough of that white splattered piece to mat my all 3 photos, and so I went ahead and I gutted the black piece so that I'd have a mat for the middle photo. And I'm just going to start gluing these photos down. I kind of went in here with a plan, and I'm hoping that everything looks okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these down, and then I'm going to take this border that I cut with or out of the striped paper, and I'm going to put that down below, and that is actually what is going to anchor my stars onto the bottom of the page to create my star border. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and lay down my title, and I've decided to title this layout Love You to the Moon and Back. I'm using the 2 larger words, Love You, from the Title Ephemera packs from I'm pretty sure that's the No Limit. I have the Legendary pack too, and what's left of my Legendary is in with my No Limits collection. And then I'm going to pull off To the Moon and Back phrase sticker from the Legendary cardstock stickers. I don't end up pulling any more of those cardstock stickers. I thought I might use a phrase or two from one of them, and I just decided that I had enough phrases and stuff going on with what I put on there, because I chose a ticket and I chose the circle that has the word authentic on it. I'm actually going to cover that up with one of the wooden buttons. But now I'm just kind of laying out this star border, trying to decide how I want it to go across the bottom of that page. So I was really wishing that I had more of the yellow stars to play with, and maybe even some of the red that I did not pull in from the 6x8 paper pad. I don't think I had any more of those left. I just had one sheet of yellow, and then I mostly just have the blues and greens, but I was really wishing I had a shade of red to play with, and maybe I should have just cut them out of cardstock. But honestly, I was trying to use some of those papers from the 6x8 paper. It's not a paper pad, it's more just a paper pack. Anyway, I added my button to the circle ephemera, and I'm going to add 2 more buttons up there by the moon. Now, as you can see, I'm not really gluing anything down at this point, and I will glue everything off camera, and then I'll come back and talk to you about what I have done off camera. But now I'm just going to start adding some of these little puffy stickers, and then I'm going to just call the layout complete. So off camera, I got everything glued down. I used some foam adhesive underneath the title, subtitle, the smaller stars, the ticket, as well as a couple of other little things on there. I doodled around the wood grain pattern paper, and now I want to add some red and orange enamel stars from this Doodlebug pack to bring in that color that I felt it needed. Thank you so much for taking the time to stop by my channel today. Make sure that you check out that collaborative playlist in the description box below, as well as our list of Instagram participants. Leave everybody some love. We all appreciate the comments, likes, and subscribes. You have a great rest of your Saturday. Bye.